What is going on, guys? What a beautiful day it is for us Blackwing players. My man, the legend, Silent Blackwing, finally made it as the first guy after 18 years to reach the first place with Blackwings at regional. Beautiful, beautiful. I think it was in Finland, 9 rounds in Finland, and today we're going to react on his deck profile video together. And yeah, before I start though, I want to say, so he's obviously playing the Caliga build because why? He actually took over from the Raid Raptors, the Caliga build, and was the first guy who, like, he was the guy who invented Blackwings in Caliga and Blackwings. So that's his deck. That's probably why he always want to play this deck, and I can't see him playing any other deck, to be honest, because like this deck is basically him, in my opinion. Yeah. He's also the reason why I started playing Kali Yuga. Like before the support came out, he was the reason why I even played Kali Yuga before. And then when the support came out, like, I added my spice to it and whatsoever. And then yeah, yeah. The question is, why am I currently not playing Kali Yuga version? For me personally, my matchups, my opponents that I have, like in the past, now Mikanko got hit really bad with Isolde, but I had a lot of Mikanko matchups, a lot of decks, like even Pearly maining Lava Golems, or in general playing against like Kaijus or whatever. And if you're playing against Kaijus or Lava Golem or going second decks, or even like a small player can really easy break Caliuga boards. For example, just one Imperm on Badish or Droplet with Cosmic Cyclone, like that's like something that I witnessed, which is why even though like I have a Blackwing deck, I have a Caliga version which is really strong, but I think it's a little bit different from his version, because me personally I like to cite the rank up and Raiders wing. I don't think he's going to cite it. Let's see, we're gonna see in a minute. But let me explain first why I'm decided to cite the Raiders wing with the rank up. It's because if I'm going 2 games in a row, like game 1 and game 3 with the same board, my opponent can adjust to it really fast. I've seen a lot of people that play really smart and just waited with their interruptions and whatsoever, and waited with their hand traps until I was finished, or like until this choke point came. For example, if he knows game 1 I'm going into Bodish, what is he going to do in game 3? He's going to wait until Bodish comes and then imprint Bodish. But if I'm siding the Caliga package, so that in game 1 I don't even show my opponent Bodish, I go into a completely different, just a pure synchro build with Dissipator, full armor master, double assault dragon, and Shanga with Chinook. Obviously, he's not going to expect Badish in game 3. And this is why I got so far at Vancouver with my Caliga build. The only reason I wasn't able to top was because I completely messed it up in game 2 by getting that game loss. Because, yeah, that was really unfortunate. Because you guys know, I started like 7-8-0 in Vancouver. So that was really big thing for us. But yeah, Caliga is still really competitive. Okay, I'm not saying this is not competitive anymore. It's just that in a format where Mikanko is being played, or in a format where a lot of hand traps is being played, sometimes you're not going to be able to finish off with your combos. And what's important there is to have a lot of grind game. And the Cayuga package unfortunately doesn't have a lot of grind game, which is why I don't like it to play right now in this format. But however, whatsoever, the best board is the Caliuga board, because once it's set, especially like if you can go, like if you have like a really good hand, you're gonna build this beautiful board with Warlord, double assault dragon, maybe even like a full armor master to have even Chinook with Shanga and all of that. Like you're gonna have some really beautiful lines. Only thing is that once this board gets broken, you don't have anything else anymore. But however, because yeah, I like to play, for example, like also another copy of Blackwing Dragon for my grind game, or the Horus cards. Horus pistol cards are so good for a grind game. Top decking like a Sarcophagus or like an Mzedi, whatever, sometimes is enough to win a game. But yeah, I talked enough. Let's go and watch this deck profile.
落ちた競合飛べないカラス
Okay, Yo, this intro's goated. This intro's goated.
What's up, YouTube? It's Blackwing here, and guess what? I just went 8-1 and won the regionals with Blackwings. This is insane because Blackwings haven't won regionals in 13 years. Yes, you heard that correct. In 13 years we have been cursed, but now finally we got our victory. Yeah, my matchups were against Kashtira, Pearly, Wangwishal, Rescue Ace, Labyrinth, and actually one Blackwing Mirror. The only player who I lost to or matchup was against one Pearly. I misplayed a little bit, but it is what it is, and I still won, so that's insane. But yeah, let's go to the deck now. So
beautiful.
Obviously, we run 3 Simoons. He's your starter. You really need him. Yep, 3 of him. Next up, we have 3 Shamals. And yep, Shamal. Some people like to play only 2 and 2 Black Feather.
Nah, if you're playing a pure synchro build or like Caliga build, you always have to play 3. 3 Simoon, 3 Shamal, 3 Zudri, 3 Vatas, mandatory.
Whirlwinds, but I enjoy playing 3 because 3 Shamals, then you have always something to discard for Simoon's cost, and also Shamal plus Black Whirlwind is already combo, so yeah, I enjoy him at 3. Then we have 3 Sadris, and yep, you could almost say that Sadri is the superior.
Yeah, sometimes you rather want to start with Zudri than anything else. Sadri, Zudri, whatever. By the way, what do you guys call, like, how do you pronounce this name? For me, it's Zudri because, like, where I'm from Germany, you don't say the U as an A. Like, it's, for us, it's Zudri. That's why I started saying Zudri, but a lot of people have been saying Zadri. But I don't know, for me it's an U, it's not an A. But I know that in the American language or the British language, whatever, you always pronounce, like most times you pronounce the U as an A, but I don't know, Sudri sounds so much cooler for me, but whatever.
Superior starter, but yeah, I really enjoy playing Chris Hadris, and I think everybody's playing Chris Hadris. Then 3 Vadas, and yep, Vada just...
Yeah, the German language, for example, the American language right now, you will be saying Vata. Vata. This sounds so weird, right? Vata. Vata the father. The father. The father water.
It helps you go to that Black Winged Dragon, and is really good. Next up for the one-offs, I played 1 Sephiroth, I think pretty basic, you just send it off Vada.
Yeah, mandatory also. One Sephiroth is also mandatory in every Blackwing deck.
Gale, and...
Okay, so he is still playing Gale in this build. What that means for me is, I see only one... Like, obviously you want to have more extenders so that you do not break. Plus, sometimes if you don't have access to Steam, you still want to end up on the Caliga build, you want to on the Caliga, you want to search for Gale, which is also great to play around Nibiru. But and this what I'm thinking is the main reason why he's still playing Gale is because I think he's still playing Darkness Meldrain. And if you're playing Darkness Meldrain, you have to play Gale in order to summon Caliuga on the shifter. Otherwise, you cannot summon Caliuga on the shifter. So yeah, that's why you have to play Gale. That's if you're playing Darkness Meldrain. If you're playing Darkness Meldrain, you have to play Gale. Otherwise, it doesn't even make sense to play Darkness Meldrain. And if you're playing Gale, you don't have to play Darkness Meldrain, but it just is way better to play Darkness Meldrain with Gale.
And Gale was actually the MVP monster of the deck, and the reason for this was that I got Dimensional Shifted multiple times.
Yeah, the only thing is that you need not only one black monster on your hand to banish with Simoon, you're gonna need another black monster as an extender in order to summon Caliuga under shifter. Which is one reason why I personally didn't like to play Darkness Meldrain, because in order to get shifted, like, I need this perfect hand, and if I don't have this perfect hand, I won't even be able to go into those lines.
When I went first, like after side decking, and with Gale, I could still end up on King Caliuga. I can have a combo here that shows you how you do it. But yeah, that was just insane. And yeah, also when going second, Gale just halving monsters attacks and like multiple times, and
Yeah.
it's really great, really great. So Gale, it was the MVP for the tournament. Then we have
Great job, bro. Great fucking job anticipating shifters and playing the Dauntless Smeldragon with all that. Great, great, good job, man.
one Steam. It obviously helps you go into King Caliuga and do some nice token plays.
Yeah, you have to play Steam if you're playing the Calico build. Only if you're playing Dark Armed instead of the Azure Falcon line. That way you don't need Steam. But I prefer to play this line, even though it takes more space in the X deck. I still prefer this line because it can play through interruptions differently, better sometimes, even.
One Harmadan, you need those level 2 in the deck. So
Hamilton is great, man. Hamilton is a beautiful extender and just does such a great job in this deck, in every Blackwing deck.
you can send them with Vara. One Shagna, and Shagna was also really nice. In my theory, this card kind of replaces the second Black Feather Whirlwind.
I've been telling my brother, I've been telling him to play Shanga and Assault Synchron for a long time. I always tell him, like, bro, you gotta play those two. It makes the deck more consistent. Assault Synchron gives you more small world lines, and Shanga is just too good, bro. Sometimes you don't even need your endboard of Caliga. Sometimes all you need is like full armors with Shanga and Chinook, and that's it. That's it. You don't need more sometimes. And yeah, I remember at the European Championship, like, he played a completely different build from what I played. And but I'm really happy that he finally decided to play Shanga, because this card is a blessing for us Blackwing decks. There's a reason why Shanga is a hard one to do. There's a reason. And now I'm happy that he started to play it.
So, yep. Then we have one Chinook, and it's
also really important in every Blackwing deck, at least one Chinook.
So like an effect Whaler that you can use in a damage step because it modifies attack. So that's nice. Yep, also a level 2. You need it for Vada. And then for the last monster, we play one Assault Synchron and Assault.
Oh my goodness. He did it. He did it. I can't believe it. He actually played Assault Synchron. He's actually playing Assault Synchron. I can't believe it. I really did not think that he would actually add Assault Synchron to his build. I've been praising Assault Synchron in the Caliga build so long. This card is supposed to be a Blackwing monster. I don't know why it's not like called Blackwinged Synchron, whatever. Because first of all, look at this. Look at this card's face. It's literally a bird sitting in a tank or whatever, not in a jet. Plus level 2. I mean, the level 2 doesn't even say shit, but it has like 700. It burns you for 700. Okay, which almost every other Blackwing monster does. Plus it has 0 death, just like Vata, just like Vayu, just like Shamal, just like a couple other Blackwing monsters. So this is supposed to be Blackwing monster, and I feel like this belongs to a Blackwing deck.
Synchron was mainly just the bridge for the small worlds. I never kind of drew this into a hand. What I can.
Yeah, for example, if you start with Veiler or Droll or like, I don't know, any other black monster, sometimes it doesn't matter if it's Gale or I don't know, whatever, you can bridge really easy into whatever you want. Like, consistency wise, it's the best small world bridge for us. And if you hard draw it, imagine you rather want to have this card on your hand going first than a Radiant, because then you're gonna go full combo.
Can remember that it was like really good. Yeah, but it's mainly there for the small world. And the next card is obviously small world. So yeah, just gives the deck a lot of consistency and works really well. Yep, not much more to say about that. And with this deck you can small world really well because or with your hand traps as well. So that's nice. You can always change a hand trap to starter. Next card we have 3 Black Whirlwinds. Really great card, also gives the deck a lot of consistency. Some people are only playing 2, and that is okay if you're playing like a heavy side engine in the deck, for example Horus or Bestials, then that works really well.
Ooh, my man did his homeworks, man. I'm really happy that he actually took some time to look into the Horus and Bestial decks. So yeah, that's true. But in your deck where you don't have any other engine, you want to play as many black whirlwinds and feather whirlwinds as much as you can.
But if you are playing more pure or, you know, Kali Yuga, you can definitely play 3, and that is, you know, it works. For the next card, more consistency, Pot of Prosperity. I was probably almost like a little bit shocked.
I think it's also mandatory because we don't play any other engine, so we have to play more consistency cards.
That this still didn't get hit in the TCG because of their rarity collection. It would have been, or it would have made complete sense for Konami to limit this card or hit it like a little bit, but it's still at 3. So yep, 3 Pot of Prosperity is really great card to dig for those starters or side deck cards and so on. And 1 Black Feather Whirlwind, and as I just said a little bit earlier, I used to play this actually at first at 2, then at 3, then at 2, and now at 1. So yeah, I believe the 1 Shagna is kind of like a Black Feather Whirlwind.
It does make sense to play it at 1. It does make sense, to be honest, because first of all, this deck is really relying on winning in turn 1. Like the decks where you like other Blackwing decks where you have like more X deck, you can play more copies of Black Feather Whirlwind. Like if you're playing a more pure version, I would suggest to play more copies of Black Feather Whirlwind. But in Kali Yuga, you don't really need that much because you're only gonna need it for game 1 to go for your full combo, and then there isn't going to be game 3, turn 3, because it's either you win or your opponent somehow survives 1 turn and then it's over, because you're not gonna have any interruptions afterwards that much. So yeah.
In a way where usually this card you only activate this obviously after you have synchro summoned something big to the field, so that already means that Shagna will be alive because you will have a monster that has over 2000 attack on the board. And usually the kind of card that you summon back with this card is Vada, meaning that Shagna is just basically a Vada, a level 2 tuner that you can special summon as well. And Shagna enables you to play through Nibiru, so that's nice, and this card doesn't that well. So yeah. Then for the kind of hand traps in the deck, we play 3 Ash Blossoms. I think this is pretty basic stuff. Yep. And with Small World you can also exchange these two.
Yeah, for the people that didn't know, this is also what I used to play. Like, so you got Ash on your hand. You can bridge with Ash into Droll or Veiler, then get like Vata, Shamal, something like this to your hand.
Kind of starters, so that's nice, or semi-starters. Then we play 3 Infinite Impermanences. I think this is also pretty basic, really great hand trap. And for this event I was actually debating on should I play 3 Effect Veilers in the main deck or 3 Droll and Lockbirds, because it heavily depends on what kind of meta I was expecting to play against, and for this event I decided to go with 3 Droll and Lockbirds instead.
I guess that was a good call. I'm not sure if now in this new format I would also think about maining Droll, but in the past format I don't think maining Droll was that good. I mean, for his matchups obviously it was really good, but in general Droll, I'm not a huge fan in the past format. Maining Droll, I would have rather mained Veiler maybe, but for his matchups having Droll was the perfect decision. But yeah, that was a little bit being lucky. Because if you would have played against Unchained, Droll doesn't do anything. Or against some other decks, but whatever.
And as a spoiler alert, the Effect Veilers went to the side deck. But yeah, Droll and Lockbird, I really enjoy this card in the main deck. It was really good because I didn't know that well what I was supposed to play against on my matchups, so I felt pretty secure with this, so that I at least don't lose against some. I lose the die roll and go against Manadium, and they just like auto win because I don't have Droll and Lockbird in my main deck. Yeah, and like stupid like Dark World FTKs or whatever. So yeah, I went for Droll and Lockbird, and I think Droll and Lockbird was the better card for the event, so I made the correct decision. Alright, and then for the last two cards, Raider's Wing and the Phantom Knight.
Okay, like I
rank up
expected, he was
magic
maining
launch.
Raiders
And
Wing with the rank
these
up.
cards basically enable you to do Kali Yuga. And yeah, my theory is to always like play a deck that can go first, and yeah, in my opinion, to kind of dedicate only 2 spots for an insane going first turn that basically is most of the time auto win. I think that's the correct way to play the deck. I know a lot of people disagree and they don't want to play Kali Yuga, but yeah, I also have this.
Like, it's not, like I said before, obviously this board is insane, but in the long run, I made the experience that the further I get, the more chance of increasing of bricking really bad, like, happens. And that's one thing, because if I'm citing the rank up and raising, the odds of breaking somehow get lower for myself. I don't know, like in Vancouver, I didn't break a single time when I decided to cite those, but any other time where I was maining those 2 cards, I started to break, first of all, that, and second of all, like I said, ever since we got Shanga, before Shanga, we had to main those cards because the board wasn't strong enough. But now, ever since we got Shanga, we don't have to. Like, even Kali Yuga is not. It is strong, but we don't need Kali Yuga to win. A lot of people think that without Kali Yuga you cannot win when you're playing the Kali Yuga. It's not true, bro. Sometimes only full armors with Chinook and Shanga is enough to win games. So Kali Yuga is not that much needed anymore. But like I said, I feel like as a surprise factor, it's insane. Or like against specific matchups like Labyrinth, it's also really insane. But yeah, me personally, I feel like the deck is performing. I mean, he won the regional. Who am I? Who am I to say anything? Like, he won a regional. It's just my personal opinion. I would maybe like still cite those 2 and surprise my opponent, because I don't want to reveal everything that I have in game 1. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just my philosophy.
Kind of book.
Like I said, the pure build, like any other board that I would build, is almost as like not equal strong, but it's also going to be enough to win games.
Called Road of the King, made by Patrick Hoban, and I can put here some nice quotes that he had said about like how you should deck build. You can pause the video if you want. Yeah. So anyway, the last 2 cards of the main deck, Raider's Wing and the Phantom Knight Magic Launch.
Interesting. I'll make sure to look it up.
And then let's go to the extra deck. So the extra deck, we have 1 Storm the Wicked Wind. Usually you want to send Steam with this to the graveyard, but you can send basically whatever you want. In some hard situation you can send Zephyros and, you know, make this a level 4, you can attack or something, and this is also a Go Guardian, so it's also really
never forget
crucial
about
to remember that
effect.
usually you can make, you know,
second effect can come in clutch so many times.
Full Armor Master quite easily with this, even though you don't have like extenders, you can just attack over something and then take their monster and then make Full Armor Master. So that's something you need to remember, because that actually comes quite handy sometimes. But yeah, 1 Boreal Storm. 1 nothing, burns for 800, really great card in time. Enables you to normal summon a second time. Yep, pretty basic and really good.
Yep.
1 Raikiri. I think this card is just one of the main reasons I really like playing Kali Yuga, because this is a card you can just spam the whole field, and if they don't do anything, you can just summon this and like play effect. And you know, they have to negate obviously. Then you know you can bring Hawk the Joe, summon this back, and play its effect again. And if they negate it, then you know you can go forward, go to Boral Savage Dragon, and like play a Black Feather.
That is true, man. I miss playing with Raikiri, man. That card comes in clutch so many times.
Whirlwind, special summon this again, and play effect if you have monsters again, other Blackwing monsters. So you know you can just pop so many cards with this and eat so many interruptions. It's a really nice card. But yeah, mainly though for the Kali Yuga combo, because you need level 7s. But really great card otherwise as well. 1 Hog the Joe, you know, his only thing is to bring back Raikiri, but sometimes he might be good at some other things. The main thing to remember is that he's warrior, so if you're underneath some kind of strange floodgate, remember he's not a winch beast, you can special summon him. So yeah, that's nice.
Yep.
Then we have one Black Winch Dragon, and this was quite insane or interesting because I actually, when the new release first came, I was just like, or support first game, I was just like, oh no, do I really have to play Black Winch Dragon now? But the more I play this, the better it actually has become when going second, because this.
I was actually, my first reaction was like, yes, finally we can play Blackwing Dragon. I thought he was thinking the same, like, I didn't know that he disliked that Blackwing Dragon was added to our deck, but like me personally, I always wanted to play Blackwing Dragon.
Card burns so much damage, and like nobody plays anything on this because obviously like it's not the best card to drop your interruptions on, but this card is just really great, so I really like it. Then we have one Draco Berserker of the Tenyu, and this card is just obviously super great going through fields. When the Vanquish Shoal player plays effects in the hand, you can just banish them, and if somebody plays Bistras, you can just banish them from the hand. And yeah, easily enables OTKs with Black Winch Dragon. First you just burn them and drop their monsters attack. After that you go for Draco Berserker, you know, attack. They take a lot of damage. Draco Berserker gains the attack, the original attack, not the like attack that you just attacked over, and then you can attack over again something else. So yep, it's pretty great card. Then Burrowed Savage Dragon usually do make this at the end of the combo, you know, get that Link monster and protect your Kali Yuga combo. One Full Armor Master, pretty great if you need to go second or against some decks, for example Full Wanderers, this is like an auto win almost. Like. Then two Black Winged Assault Dragons, usually you only really need one, but when you're going second you usually want to have two, because when going second, if you cannot win the duel, it's nice to leave two at the on the field, and then, you know, just passing, and your opponent is, you know, able to play like one or two monster effects until they burn themselves to death. So yep. One Arsenal Falco, yep, needed for the Kali Yuga combo. One Kali Yuga, obviously, really nice. One Wise Tricks, yep, needed for the Kali Yuga combo. Also, at some points, this card is really good because you can like get, for example, if Vada gets negated, you can.
Yeah, and just playing through interruptions with Wise Tricks is just insane. That's why I miss Wise Tricks sometimes.
Still access the Zephyrus easily by making.
I think, yeah, Master, I'm playing Wise Tricks because it's so good.
Yes. One Rusty Bardish accesses the rank up cards, and one Darkness Metallic Dragon.
Okay, yeah, like I expected, Darkness Meldring. And so that's his 15 card, so he does not play this Pater. He does not play this Pater because I think if he would have cut it to Darkness Meldring, he would play this Pater. But he's too big of a fan of the Darkness Meldring, so I don't think he's gonna cut it. But like this Pater for me, just even going second sometimes to be safe against Nibiru is just insane. That's why I like to play this Pater a lot. But yeah, I understand why he's playing Darkness Meldring. But yeah, like his deck is just completely forced to win in, like, not only win the dice roll, but always like, I don't know, it's like quick games. It's like really quick 1, 2, 3 turn games, and then it's decided already who's winning. And yeah, but nothing wrong about that. Not a single thing is wrong about that.
Dark Steel, this card was also really good because, as I mentioned, I got shifted so many times, or 3 times when going first, and because of this card and Gale, I could still end up on Kali Yuga. So yeah. Then for the side deck, I actually think that side deck wasn't that great, it wasn't that perfect, but let's go through it anyways. So 3 Nibirus, I think it's pretty mandatory in this format, Unchained and like all combo decks and so on. I was thinking that if I have like Nibiru and some hand trap or Droll, you know, I should be.
But also, like, one Nibiru alone sometimes is not enough to play against Unchained, but yeah.
Be pretty fine with the combo heavy decks. Then, as I said, 3 Effect Veilers, because this should be like Droll Lockboards, obviously, but Effect Veilers went to the side deck instead, and Droll Lockboards to the main. I actually don't like playing like Effect Veilers in the side deck, because it's not such an impactful card.
Me personally, I like to main the Veiler instead of Impermanence side Impermanence, because like I said, if we're going first and we have Valor in our hand, it's better because we can bridge it. Imprum you cannot bridge with Small World, but Valor you can.
In the side deck, and I would like to side deck more like impactful cards, but the impactful card would be the Realm Lockbird, but now this time it went this way around. So yeah, this is still really good against Rescue Ace and other decks, so yep. Then for the one we played one Radiant,
Nice.
because of Pearly, you know, you can just search this with Small World and put it on top of their Nor. So yep. Then for some back row removal, so basically Lightning Storms and Harpy's Feather Duster, basically for Labyrinth and decks like that.
Nowadays, to be honest though, Feather Dust Lightning Storm isn't as strong as it used to be in the past, because there's now so many heavy Labyrinth combo decks, bro, that are just insane.
Yeah. Then this was kind of an odd one, so I played Book of Eclipse, 2 Book of Eclipse, so my idea here was that, you know, obviously it's pretty good against Rescue Ace, it's pretty good against Kashtira, Tearlaments, and yeah, so on. Pearly also, because if they do not have the Ash Blossom, you can just change this to the rank up card, Pearly Leap, and then, you know, they're unable to go to Nor, so that was the idea. Then I played one called by the Grave, just one going first, but I don't think I drew this ever when going first, so yeah.
Happens, you never see that one off. Only your opponent sees it.
And then to evenly match. These were supposed to be triple tactic talents, but then I last minute panicked and changed these. But these cards didn't matter at all, because I never saw them, so yeah. Alright, so that was a deck profile. I hope you enjoyed it.
Crazy. Alright, so one more time. Thank you so much, man. Silent Blackwing. You made first place of Blackwings, and this just makes me proud. Makes me so proud. So thank you for reaching that first place. Oh man, this is a great day for Blackwing players. Nice. Yeah, I mean Caliga is. I never said the Caliga deck is bad. Never ever said that. It's just that from my experiences, like from my matchups that I have, like against Mikanko, sometimes that's it's tough, man. Like there's some matchups, and sometimes your opponent has, or like your opponent has so many interruptions, whatever, that you're relying on cards like SP Little Knight, Dissipator. You're relying on that many cards sometimes just to play through interruptions or just to win it in the grind game whatsoever. That's why I decided to like to play more like cards like these. Cause yeah. But if you aiming for like a quick game, quick matches, like Caliga is, it always ends in like 1-2 turns. It's either you winning because you summon Caliga, or it's Caliga gets outed and then you lose. But yeah, it's hard to win in a grind game with this deck. But yeah, only if you like keep your Boreal Stone with Blackwing Dragon in the graveyard then, and if you still have access to the Black Feather Weapon. But it's hard, man. Yeah, whatever. I'm really happy. Okay, great fucking job, Sam Blackwing. You the man. You the legend. That's it. Bye bye.